Welcome.
Welcome, everyone, to the final matchup before the knockout round. Things are starting to get a little chippy. Everyone jostling for that NBA Cup. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. And here in the first half of December, a look at the most recent power rankings. Hey, some intriguing stories. You take a look at Cleveland. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Seeing where the Wizards are, they're playing fantastic basketball right now. I know it's early in the year, but surprisingly, they may turn out to be the team to beat.
A look at the opening lineup for Washington. We've got Sarr. Chris Middleton is out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the 2. And for the Cavaliers,
here we go.
Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Hunter in at the 3 spot. Taking a look at Cleveland. Undefeated at NBA Cup group play. And they look to make it 4-0 with a win here tonight.
I love how this team is playing in the NBA Cup. Arguably, they've been the best team in it thus far.
And now talking about how things are going for Washington. A 3-0 record in the NBA Cup. Looking tonight to finish group play perfect.
And not an easy thing to do. They'll be tested on the road tonight. But so far, it's been so good for them.
Hitting that shot helps loosen the driving lanes a little, and we know Mitchell only needs a crack of daylight.
Here's Poole. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And the free throw, no good. And Grant, for the Cavs to take that next step in terms of contending, what do you think has to happen?
Well, number one, enhancing their ability to put pressure on the rim. When you look at their rate of free throws and offensive rebounds, there is big room for improvement.
Allen can't get it to go. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Mitchell against Poole. And he can't get that one. Good work defensively by Mitchell. Over to the left wing. Garland, the pass to Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
When you're Allen, just about 7 feet, dunking comes easy.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. From downtown, gets the 3 to fall.
Offensively, they've been pretty sharp. 3 for 4 so far.
Cleveland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. On the wing, Mitchell. Mobley outside. Driving inside. And Mobley throws it down.
Using his stride so well. Mobley taking some big steps to get his shot.
Kicks it out to Middleton. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Coming into this, having notched a win against Boston in their last game.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
Hunter can't get it to go.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
It's good. Poole's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, look at that fluid drive there. Poole, he's able to slide right by the defense.
Lets it fly. And it's Mitchell, the miss.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make them all.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
And Cleveland has possession, following the score by Washington. Garland for three. Knocks down the long J.
And this is how you can tell Garland's been in the lab. This shot, he just shoots with confidence.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Wade, he's checked in for the Cavs. Strus comes in for Hunter. And a change for the Wizards. George, he's checked in for Champagnie. Poole shot is off.
That's tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Strus with the bucket.
Defensively, you have to put lots of focus on Garland, so that opens up things for others to get their shine.
And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
The Cavs trailing. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Wade. The three is up. Sarr pulls it in. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
That one goes in. Poole's got 12.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area. Huh?
We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Allen with a screen on Poole. Garland, the pass to Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
The size mismatch makes that a high percentage look.
And it's Poole with the ball for Washington. And this team is on absolute fire right now. They've won 18 in a row.
They don't take notice of a budding winning streak. But when it's double digits, everyone knows. Winning streaks are a lot harder than people think because every single team wants to be the one to take you down.
Here's Carrington. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The baskets were coming early and often in the first quarter. It's Washington, up 4. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Wizards.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
So on the floor for the Wizards, Malcolm Brogdon out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. Then it's Richaun Holmes. And it's Champagnie at the 4-man position. Cleveland has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Wizards with a lead. Oh! Brogdon rising up for the flush.
Can't forget about Brogdon's leaping ability. More than capable of jamming it home.
And Cleveland has possession. The Wizards beat them last time when these two met in Washington.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
To the right side. Brogdon from outside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Brogdon's got 5 points in the quarter.
A legitimate threat beyond the arc. Brogdon's sense for when to shoot from there is outstanding.
Here's Mobley. Strus with it. Picked up by Coulibaly. Jerome. And a miss there on the triple. Wizards leading by 4. Here's Smart. Oh, my goodness. Smart with a tough finish.
Finishing through contact always fires you up. Smart is really just their spark.
Here's Jerome. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Champagnie.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Let's check in with our reporter, Alan LaForce.
The Cavaliers are having success. Point guard Darius Garland said, "We're building something here, and we've come a long way. It feels amazing having our own legacy. We're just trying to keep it going. The whole city is behind us."
Timeout.
And Brian, they know there's still work to do.
And they've got no problem with that, Allie. Thank you. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to review the game plan. A different look for Cleveland. Hunter's checked in for Thompson. Mitchell comes in for Merrill. And Darius Garland subbed in for Jerome. Now here's Brogdon. 5 points in the game. Mitchell, the pass to Garland. With the 7-footer. Mobley, no good. Washington leading by 4. Richard, no doubt about the upside of Evan Mobley. What's his best position, you think, though?
Defensively, he can guard 1 through 5. He is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every single year. But offensively, unless he improves his three-point shot, he is most likely going to be more of a 5. If he wants to play the 4, he's got to be able to stretch it from 3.
Now here's Garland. 5 points in the game. 5 on the clock. Washington with a rebound. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Even with all that noise, when they had the ball, it never rattled them. Their offense was in tune like it was a home game.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Garland. Cleveland again missing. And Washington with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Smart passes to Sarr. It's Middleton on the wing. To the middle. Three-pointer is up from Brogdon. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
I just love the ball movement.
Cavaliers trail by 12. And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
On the wrong side of a scoring run here, we might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
And Cleveland making a change here. Allen's checked in. Here's Mobley. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Boston. Pass to Garland. Hunter, a screen on Poole. With a 9-footer. Good as the jump shot falls. Garland's got 7 points in the game.
Looking for a high percentage shot. Garland wants the best look he can get.
Here's Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
To the inside. Here's Garland. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Jordan Poole.
Been a scorer since entering into the league. Garland drawing lots of attention.
Cleveland shooting their initial free throws of the game here. That one misses. Here's Washington now. They're on a 17-7 run. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside Mitchell. Can't cash it in from close range. And so it's the Washington Wizards closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Washington Wizards.
One big reason they're up, they're controlling the glass, both boxing out and crashing in.
Yeah, you could tell rebounding was a point of emphasis for them coming into this game.
And now it's time to bring up the players of the month in the NBA. The Western Conference winner, Nikola Jokic.
With Joker, because of his size and skill level, even great defenders have it hard. He can post you up, he can hit the three, he does it all.
And you think about how good a shape he's in now, I wouldn't mind trying the Jokic plan myself. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Hunter in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here's Hunter. Still without a bucket. 5 to shoot. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
It's just too easy for Mobley. This man, he's big off the floor. He's got a 7'4" wingspan. But this man finishes the way he was built.
The drive by Poole, converting through contact. That's a shifty move by Poole. Brent, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Whether he's initiating the offense or playing off the ball, Mitchell is equally effective.
Garland against Poole. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Trailing by 8. From outside, off the mark. Washington's gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Carrington. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Outside Hunter. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Garland, no good. Washington leading by 10. Poole with the ball. And it's Hunter picking him up. Poole gets it in close.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Cleveland has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Outside Garland. Hits a three-pointer.
Timeout, timeout.
Garland's got 11.
For a guard like Garland, hitting threes unlocks the rest of the floor.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
You look at Poole. He's currently up there in the voting at number 2. So clearly no one is sleeping on his abilities as a lights-out three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's his long-range shooting that puts him on another level. Definitely a guy who belongs in this contest.
And we'll keep you posted as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. But that's our current list for the three-point contest.
It's going to be a fantastic competition. We've got an endless supply of shooters in this league, and that contest will be heated.
And I like it. The game plan is simple. Keep getting Garland the ball. It is that simple, and it's working.
And in Garland, we're looking at one of the best passers in the league, Richard.
I don't think he gets enough credit for it. He's got such a great feel for the game, the way he wiggles in and out of the lane. Timeout, timeout. Impressive. He is such a great, confident floor leader.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Strus, he's checked in for Cleveland. standings look like. You look at Washington, things stacking up nicely for them so far. #1 in their conference and looking formidable. And check it out, Cleveland, now 5.5 games back.
Well, for the Wizards, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
Now here's Allen. Checking the numbers, he's averaging close to 15 a game.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Well, Brand, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, B.A., you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future.
No question, Jordan Poole is a true offensive weapon. His next shot never seems far off, and even tough looks can go his way.
Cavaliers trail by 15. Mobley outside. 1:41 left in the third quarter. Mobley and screen on Poole. Garland for three. The shot comes out.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And this game has Poole's fingertips all over it. This man is dominating right now.
On the wing, Strus. Here's Mitchell. Grown man point from Donovan Mitchell.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, "Baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift." Brian, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie.
Saw his teammate with a path to the rim, and boom, lobbed it up there beautifully.
Very smooth catch and finish. There's 47 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Outside Garland. Here's Mobley. It's rebounded by Washington.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Blocked! And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr. And we have to take another look at that block.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
Hunter against George. Here's Hunter. No made baskets yet. Launches it from deep. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for the Wizards. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
He does do a great job steering the ship for them out there and keeping the offense clicking.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. And so in the game for Washington, Bilal Coulibaly out there with George. Then it's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Brogdon in at the two. Here's Tyson. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Outside Koulibaly. Pass to Brogdon. Lets the three fly. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Here's Garland. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
George finds Smart. Launches a three. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. And the Wizards lead by 21.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Here's Garland. Out to the right wing. Tyson. Off target from outside. The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Smart passes to Brogdon. The three. And again, it's Washington with a three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. A different look for Cleveland. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Tyson. Mobley comes in for Strus. And Mitchell subbed in for Jerome. And a change for the Wizards. Middleton is checked in for Koulibaly. Brogdon against Mitchell. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And Richard, thinking about Donovan Mitchell, he just has a total impact on the game.
It's crazy to think that he's in the prime of his career, but every single year he continues to get better. I still think there are more levels for him to go. We talked about the guys who play bigger than their listed size, and Donovan Mitchell is at the top of that list.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
It's stolen by Smart. Up top, George. Over Mobley. George's shot is off. And Cleveland has possession. Garland for 3. Knocks down the triple.
And that's why you have to stay attached to Garland. He's got a quick shot, and he will fire it with any amount of space.
Pass to Middleton. Oh, got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And it's Brogdon missing. And it's Garland with the ball for the Cavaliers. The three. Rebound by Middleton.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Brogdon with the bucket.
And Brogdon is used to having to overcome tough defense. That is just quality composure there by him.
Here's Garland following the score by Washington. Allen outside. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shot clock at 6. Back to Garland. And here's Hunter from the arc. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 6 assists here tonight.
Yeah, Garland is good at finding his guys out there. He's selfless with the ball.
On the drive, Smart misses from close range. Cavaliers trail by 20.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Wizards.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
It's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And they add to the win column, their 19th victory this year.
And with just one game left to play between them, they've captured the first 2 meetings of the year.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jordan Poole.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Brogdon with a bucket.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Now here's Brogdon. And he banks in the layup.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. After the basket by Washington. And here's Hunter from the arc. And Holmes pulls it down. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Outside Garland. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And how about that performance in the NBA Cup? 4-0 in the group phase. They advance to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, while they've been dominant so far, it's single elimination going forward. A whole new game. But I do like their chances.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jordan Poole.
And the players get themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Here we go. Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Irving is out there with Dante Exum. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And there's Davis, and it's Marshall in at the three, the small forward. Now, here's Poole for three, and Middleton, the basket on the assist from Poole.
And how smooth is that jumper? Middleton making it look easy from the corner.
Irving looking for an opening, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Brian Keefe gave me a few minutes to catch up. Now, Coach immediately recognized the many talents of Kyrie Irving. One thing he pointed out was not losing Irving on defense. Coach said Irving is just as dangerous without the ball. We can't let him get behind us. We have to make sure someone is on him at all times. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone. When you think about the best ball handlers of all time, where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Lacking their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals. The Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. Exum finds Gafford. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Poole with the steal. Pass to Middleton. Here's Champagnie. Here's Sarr. Covered by Gafford. Lets the three fly. And it's Carrington missing. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Here's Exum. Softly drops in the floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
So for the Wizards, their last game a win against Cleveland. And here's Poole for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Poole's got 5 points so far.
You got to chase Poole off that three-point line or he will do exactly that.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And now in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings starting to take shape. Take a look at the Mavericks. They ascend up the lists to number 3 with some spirited play.
You know, for the Wizards, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlooked them as a top team.
Now here's Exum, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Right side Davis. Lock at 6. For the screen on Poole. The shot's good from Irving.
Kyrie Irving, what a touch from deep.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. Coming in on a 19-game win streak. They're set to achieve something very few teams have ever done. A win tonight would be their 20th win in a row.
This team, I tell you, is doing a heck of a job actually putting their name against some of the best names in the NBA's history. When you talk about winning streaks, I mean, these kind of streaks do not happen often, and there's a lot going right.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and a wide open look for Irving. Again, Irving missing.
And even without that 3-ball blocking for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the rejection by Gafford. Pass to Marshall. And here is Gafford. Defended by Middleton. Gafford passes to Marshall. Dallas, no good that time either.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Wizards. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dinwiddie's checked in. Now here's Davis. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. They retain possession. Second chance shot. Pass to Exum. The Trae. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. The Wizards with the lead. Here's Poole. There's the drive. Banked in off the glass. Poole's got 11 points.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
Davis. That's Davis with the jam.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for Washington. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Wizards.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And another thing, Coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
On the court for the Mavericks, Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving, and it's Thompson in at the 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
Yeah, but there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Back to Irving. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The fire that Irving plays with, admirable. I mean, you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
And Middleton, the bucket on the assist by Smart.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Washington sets the pick for Irving. Pass to Washington. Back to Irving. Driving in. Rebounded by Holmes.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Middleton inside the 3-point line. Mavericks with the rebound. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contributed. Last game, their bench came alive.
Timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarrett White. Davis comes in for Washington. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Exum in for Dinwiddie. And the Mavericks with possession here. 8-point game. Pass to Marshall. Outside, Davis. Now Exum, 5 to shoot. For 3, Marshall. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Irving. Marshall with it. Dallas moving it around. A second chance effort. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Both free throws good from Poole.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Irving, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Attacking in transition, the most If
there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Clark, Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. And I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on a season. And a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9", and 7-foot guys. Special.
55 seconds left in the first half. Irving sets a screen for Marshall. Offline with his three. And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And it's good, 2 points. Poole's got 15 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Irving passes to Marshall. Exum kicks to Davis. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Poole slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Showing his strength inside. Poole muscles that one home.
Irving against Poole. Looking to get back on track here. Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And that one drops.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's the Washington Wizards up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll return shortly.
Hey folks, we know you're anxious for the first half breakdown, but a surprise start to the show is only fitting with some early season power rankings.
When I look at the Mavericks, they're sitting on the top of their division. Can't ask for more than that as a fan, and it feels like they're getting better as the season goes on.
The way they've been playing, I expect big things from these guys.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Wizards.
Dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're hitting the 3 major E's: effective, efficient, and entertaining.
I like the way you did that.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Wizards leading by 12. They've got Sarr. Jordan Poole is out there with Chris Middleton. And it's Champagnie in at the 4-man position. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. The Mavericks shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Exum kicks to Marshall. The 3. Rebound, Washington.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Count it.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Irving finds Exum. Takes the 3. Washington with the rebound. Sarr's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
for an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
And Poole gets it to go.
It's been one of those nights for Poole. He is on a heater.
Mavericks trail by 18. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Back to Irving. The three. And the three ball is good. Irving's got 13.
And they get one. Now, 1 of 5 here in the third.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Timeout.
Most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And the Wizards making a change here. George is checked in. Thompson, he's checked in for Dallas. Pass to Exum. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Here's Poole, and that one good. Poole's got 27.
Nobody can knife through a lane quite like Jordan Poole.
Mavericks trail by 17. Here's Irving. Out to Thompson. Exum passes to Irving. Goes to the hoop. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Jordan Poole picks one up. The Mavericks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. First one falls for him.
Tell you, it's so amazing to see how much raw talent Kyrie Irving has. Just seems like that ball is part of it.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Poole, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Poole's got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And here's Irving. He's got 15 to the middle. And it's Davis with the jam.
Always among the lead leaders in throwdowns. AD's tough around that rack.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. Number 1, the Wizards.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
And Poole gets it to go.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And Irving launches it from deep. No good on the 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Poole with it. Picked up by Davis. Sarge's shot is off. And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. Trailing by 17. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Yes, sir. AD threw it down easily.
Here's Poole. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Taking matters into his own hand.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Thompson. Inside, Klay Thompson.
Even though he does most of his damage along the perimeter, Thompson can also dial it up inside.
Poole against Irving. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 35 in the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in. And that one drops for him. Poole's got 37.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flank.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for Washington. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
We're not talking to each other.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. And one forward, Thompson. At the other forward, Washington. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Lively in at the center position. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Wizards. On Saturday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Memphis Grizzlies.
In that game against the Cavaliers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
When you think about Brogdon and his three-point shooting, it really is a factor and a function of him being so good in the mid-range.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
But the NBA has seen some iconic personal rivalries over the years. And I'm sure you remember most of them.
Yeah, I do, even those that I wasn't part of as a young basketball player growing up in Cleveland watching. But I read a lot about them, Wilt and Bill Russell, the Celtics and the Lakers and all of those great teams. Obviously, high school graduate of 1979, the Bird and Magic rivalry, easy answer for anybody around my age. And then you think about Isaiah Thomas, who was in my high school class, and then Michael Jordan. Those Pistons-Bulls rivalries were pretty intense and must-watch TV. So there have been a lot over the years.
Thompson right side from outside the arc. Good, another from three.
He continues to prove he's one of the greatest shooters ever.
And that triple just tied him for fifth place on the career list. Brogdon kicks to Holmes. George passes to Middleton. Jacks up a three. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And Jason Kidd has called timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Anthony Davis comes in for P.J. Washington. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Exum in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Davis dishes to Irving. There's the triple. The rebound by Champagnie.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Now, here's Marshall, defended by Middleton. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
And, you know, I'm not quite sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave somebody like him uncovered.
The shot from the low post is good. Poole's got 39.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Irving with it, now guarded by Middleton. Irving kicks to Davis. The rebound by Champagnie. Champagnie's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Carrington. And they pick up 2.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. And here is Davis. Clark, when you played, virtually every team had an enforcer. But that is a rare breed, it seems, in today's game.
Yeah, that's a good observation by you, I think, Kevin. I mean, a lot of teams had more than one enforcer back in the early 80s when I was playing. There's less physicality in general in the NBA today. And I think that's why you see fewer enforcers, and there's a much greater premium on skill level than the enforcement component that existed in the early 80s and maybe a little beyond that.
Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 25. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And Dallas with a change here too. Lively's checked in. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Washington.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jordan Poole.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Lively, that's good.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
And here's George for 3. The shot that time not on target. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. Now it's time for our player of the game.
Thanks for watching. Be back in a few. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Be back in a few.
both backcourts in this one, Stan. Cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Now Denver's starting five. Porter Jr. and Gordon make up the forwards. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in it to 5. Now here's Middleton. Hits the trifecta.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
Here's Murray. Takes it inside. And it's Murray finishing it off.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Denver. 4-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at Washington in this one.
A difficult matchup for them last year, with them losing both games to a team with a bad record.
Now here's Jokic. In the game against Cleveland, very impressive. Second chance effort, and it's good on the layup.
Well, what really makes Jokic special inside isn't just his size, but his gracefulness.
And that one's good. Poole.
Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
Will stand in the highly competitive West. The Denver Nuggets continue to distinguish themselves.
Well, Brian, they are unquestionably a top team in their conference, and they're proof that smart front office decisions and patience really pays off in the long run.
Now here's Jokic. Impressive scoring stats with around 27 points a game. Blocked!
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
And that one's good. Poole.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
Outside Porter. Outside Murray. Jokic with a screen on Poole. Murray passes to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, you might think of Murray as just a scoring point guard, but he's also a great playmaker.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Well, there you have it, their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting.
Fires for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Murray's got 5.
Well, Murray's a 3-level scorer, but arguably does his finest work from that level.
Middleton from the outside. Rebounded by Denver.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
The teardrop. Murray. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr. Koulibaly, who's checked in for Middleton. And Denver with a change here, too. Westbrook's checked in. Here's Jokic. Money from the wing. 6 points for him.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Watson, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And both free throws good for Poole.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
For Denver, they've gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Murray passes to Gordon. It's Jokic, high post. And it's Koulibaly with a rebound.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Poole from long range. Pure from three-point range.
And Poole is a guy that feels very comfortable operating beyond the arc.
Westbrook outside. It's hauled in by Carrington. Wizards leading by 4. Pass to Coulibaly. The kick out to Poole. Let's go with a 3. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Outside Watson. Poole against Murray. Tipped. Now here's Poole. Defense right on him. Pass to Carrington. Shoots over Westbrook. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Well, confidence isn't something that Gordon is lacking. He thinks his shot is there, so he just takes it.
Here's Poole. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. Free throw good. Poole.
Yeah, you have to admire the confidence that Poole plays with. He wouldn't be where he is without it.
Here's Westbrook. And Westbrook slams it home.
Big time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. And that one good. Poole's got 17 points.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And so it's Washington finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. They've done a great job containing Westbrook. And with his explosiveness, that is not an easy task. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. All right, let's quickly break down the game and what we've seen so far from the Wizards, guys.
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
On the floor for Denver, getting going in the second. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Peyton Watson. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard position. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
KBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and the absence of skill deficiencies. Ryan, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie.
Now, you didn't expect Westbrook to back down, did you? I mean, he brings so much heart and hustle.
And Denver making a change here. Brown's checked in. That one misses for Westbrook. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Well, a chance to check out some stats for Aaron Gordon. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Smart against Jordan. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Smart. Shoots from 14. Rebounded by Denver. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
Now here's Holmes. He's scoreless. It's good.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier If they can't improve their defensive intensity, they got to show some fight.
And if the defense leaves a man open, Westbrook will find him. Russell's floor awareness helps him rack up the assist.
Smart for three. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Smart's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
And timeout is called by Michael Malone. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A different look for Denver. Jokic is checked in for Jordan, and Murray subbed in for Watson. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Westbrook outside. Pass to Jokic. Back to Westbrook. And Westbrook slams it home.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Brown. Still no points. To the paint. Here's Jokic. Oh, he's a load inside. Jokic finishing strong.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Wizards leading by 9. And coach, such a unique player, multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. How do you defend this guy?
Well, Brian, if I knew that, everybody in the league would be trying to hire me because no one has found an answer for Nikola Jokic. He can just beat you in so many ways. If you're going to layups for his teammates, if you're going to leave him single covered, he's going to score. There's nothing this guy can't do on a basketball court. Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Westbrook outside. 1:10 left in the first half. Shot from 12. That one off the back iron and out. Washington has gotten 6 of 10 three-pointers to drop. Here's Poole. Pass to Sarr. It's Poole on the wing. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Poole.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. And only a handful of teams in the history of the NBA have done what these guys are doing right now. 20 wins in a row.
Well, of all the ways to establish yourself as a powerhouse, this may be the best way to do it, by going on a phenomenal streak and looking practically unbeatable. One thing you can tell right now, they are playing with swagger, a sort of poise that they're backing up with execution. Not easy to do.
Here's Poole. Poole gets it in close.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Murray for 3. Can't get it to drop. And so it's the Washington Wizards in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm with Coach Mike Malone.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Washington Wizards.
It's all been gravy, baby, and you know I know all the flavors of gravy. Movement, finding good looks, and shooting the ball at a high clip.
Yeah, beautiful execution at the offensive end. They're in firm control of this game from that standpoint, guys.
How many kinds of gravy are there?
There's barbecue, there's pineapple, there's
gravy.
orange.
All right, guys, let's move on and see the latest injury report from across the league.
The Kings are just not fully healthy. Not having Zach LaVine in the lineup is a big.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Wizards leading by 13. They've got Chris Middleton. Sarr out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard. That's the group starting the second half for Brian Keefe.
And this is Poole at his very best, scoring at an unrelenting pace.
Here's Murray. After the basket by Washington. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Woo, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Nuggets trail by 15. Murray passes to Jokic. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, when Gordon's team makes it this easy for him, of course he's going to throw it down hard.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
The Nuggets really believe in Jamal Murray. Coach Michael Malone said, what I want from Jamal is to be himself. If he does that, all the other stuff will take care of itself. But I want him to challenge himself to be a leader and to do the things every day that got him to this point.
Well, Murray will always put in the work. We know that. Good stuff, Allie. All right, let's honor a player who set the bar high last month. Our player of the month for the West, Nikola Jokic.
What's really impressed me is his ability to create for others on the offensive end. He's got a sharp mind for the game, and he's put it to use helping his teammates find good shots.
Coach, another guy that symbolizes the rise of Canadian basketball, Jamal Murray. What an impact he's making.
Yeah, Brian, I'd say even more than just making an impact. This Canadian guard can actually carry an offense on his own at times.
And on the 2K leaderboard, the teams that have stonewalled offenses over the last month. Washington, number 1.
Well, you have to praise their defense over the last month. They've been working as a team to put almost constant pressure on opposing offenses. Just terrific stuff.
So it's Denver now, trailing by 13. Jokic with a screen on Poole. Here's Murray. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Murray's got 11 points.
Yeah, nice play by Murray. A big guard who was unafraid to mix it up inside.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Here's Brown. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Lots of room. No good.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Middleton passes to Sarr. Back to Middleton. Poole for 3. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Middleton's got his 3rd assist of the night. Murray against Poole. Murray passes to Jokic. Back to Murray. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
George, he's checked in for Champagny. Oh, what an effort by Poole!
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Outside Porter. Pass to Brown. Gordon outside. And Middleton with the block.
And even though Middleton doesn't pile up blocks, he has the length to disrupt shooters, and he did right there.
Here's Poole. The rebound by Murray. Nuggets trail by 11. Over Middleton. That one a little long. Washington has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. Here's Carrington. He drops it from range. Carrington's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Brown. Porter from outside. And the three-pointer goes.
Timeout, timeout. Well, you want to answer back with 3 points? Give the ball to Porter Jr.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Holmes, he's checked in for Washington. Coulibaly comes in for Chris Middleton. Russell Westbrook, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Here's Poole on the take. Now Poole.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Outside Murray. Westbrook outside. Clock at 6. And he's going for the lob. And Gordon with the big finish.
Oh, this is Gordon at his best. Flying through the air and hammering home alley-oops with a little style.
And that one's good. Poole's got 38 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Gordon can't hit.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Poole. And Poole fighting through contact.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Here's Murray. Can't cash in the 10-footer. Down low. Here's Coulibaly. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Coulibaly's gotten his first points of the night.
And I respect the strategy. Despite the sizable lead, you got to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at it. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Wizards leading by 17. And we'll be back right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Denver, we've got Murray, Christian Brown out there with Peyton Watson. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Jordan in at the 5. Washington leading by 17. Pass to George. Ooh, they pick off the pass. And they're running. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, Murray engineering that bucket with terrific ball movement.
And for Washington, they're shooting the ball with purpose. They're 68% from the field. Here's the 3. And Smart with the bucket on the assist by Middleton. And the Wizards lead by 18. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
That'll hype his guys up. Middleton right back with one of his own.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Here's Murray. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Murray's got 14 points now in the second half. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. A different look for Denver. Jokic is checked in for Jordan. Aaron Gordon comes in for Watson. And it's Michael Porter in for Russell Westbrook. Pass to Carrington. There's the three. Drains the triple.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Murray, no good.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Here's Sarr, and the layup is good off the glass. Sarr's gotten his first points in this one.
And defensively, you just cannot let Sarr get that ball inside.
Murray for three. It's rebounded by Washington. Sarr's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And stolen by Murray. Back come the Nuggets on the run. And he lays it in on the break. Murray's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Count it.
When Poole gets this close, he knows to go for it. He's not going to waste the chance at all.
Nuggets trail by 21. Murray passes to Jokic. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Porter from outside. It's hauled in by Carrington. Carrington's got 4 rebounds in the game. Up and in on the layup. Poole's got 44.
Tremendous strength by Poole right there. Just pushing past the contact.
Murray passes to Jokic. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason. And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Wizards.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jordan Poole.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
He gets it in there. Poole's got 46.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Here's Watson driving in, and he takes that one up and powers it through. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bay outside. Pass to Coulibaly. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Nuggets. Westbrook taking his time here. Over Smart. They grab their own miss. And the basket by Westbrook. Westbrook against Smart. Count that one. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Jordan Poole.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Here we go.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Wells in at the 3 slot. Poole against Morant. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. And here are the Wizards now. And you want to talk about winning recipes? These guys have 21 wins in a row. That's right, 21.
So few teams in the history of the NBA have ever put a streak like this together, so it's really impressive. My prediction, the streak continues.
That's good from Poole. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
Wells with it. At the top of the key, Clark. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 6 to shoot. Here's Morant. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And you want to prevent Ja from driving to the rim, but you got to also contest him at the mid-range and just hope it doesn't go in. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Back to Morant. Got a piece of it. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Bane. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
And Bane drops them both.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. Over Wells. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
Now, Poole becoming a better distributor of the basketball, so finding those chances and trying to get guys better looks, that's part of his game.
Bane looking around. Here's Morant. Rebound, Washington. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
That one falls.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
And here's Poole for 3. The shot, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Morant dishes to Clark. Pass to Bane. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the guy knows how to score. Bane manipulating the D there to his advantage.
And Washington making a change here. George is checked in, and the Grizzlies also with the sub. Obama's checked in, and Bane drops them both. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Poole. It's Clark with the rebound.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And a wide open look for Bane. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And so George will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Poole. And again, Washington no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Durant. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, awkward shot there. I mean, creative on the leaner, but the D just made it too difficult for him to convert. How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
1:25 left in the first quarter. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Edey comes in for Brandon Clark. And Pippen subbed in for Ja Morant. Pass to Jackson. On baseline, Jay. Rebounded by Holmes. Wizards leading by 5. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Jackson from long range. No good on the shot. The Wizards have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. After Champagnie. Beyond the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, you never want to concede a game before you play it. That said, though, they were just overmatched.
Tough thing about that one is they also were playing a poor opponent, so no fire in that game. And that sticks with you a little bit.
Got it off in time, and he drains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And indeed, they're going to look at it.
The previous play is under review.
Relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus. I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Wizards lead by 9. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. They've got Jackson. Pippen is out there with Kennard. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Edey in at the center position. Brent, would you say the point guard is considered the toughest position to play in basketball?
You know, Kevin, I think there's been a massive shift in what the point guard represents in the NBA game. I mean, how many teams over the past couple of years that have won championships have played with a traditional setup guard? What we're looking at is duos that can dribble, pass, and shoot and devastate defense.
Too open that time, made it look too easy.
And Kennard, well schooled, just keeping his eyes up and making that play.
Here's Brogdon, and that one is stuffed right through.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Pippen with a wide open look. The rebound by Champagnie.
He'd love to make him pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. Edey with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 7. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Pippen against Smart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Holmes. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Outside, Smart. Lets it go with the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. After this run, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Pippen, the pass to Jackson. It's rebounded by Coulibaly. Wizards leading by 7. Brogdon kicks to Holmes. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Champagnie. And Curry coming on the assist by Brogdon. Champagnie's got his first 3 points of the game. Timeout call by Taylor Jenkins. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And Washington going with a whole new group here. Then for the Grizzlies, Wells is checked in for Jaren Jackson. Bane comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Ja Morant in for Pippen. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. They double him with Song. Pass to Aldama. Payne for 3. And Song pulls it down. Wizards have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Ja Morant.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips and all of a sudden you're locked in.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Poole gets it to go.
Poole does a great job there, just extending and using his length to have an advantage on that shot.
Morant looking around. And then Morant slams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Kit. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Brandon Clark comes in for Edey, and it's Jackson in for Santi Aldama.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Morant dishes to Clark. Back to Morant. And Morant throws it down.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 12 in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's 25 seconds left now here in the second. Payne for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
A drive by Poole. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now Morant. From deep three-point land. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Washington Wizards holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. back right after this.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the Washington Wizards.
You have to ask yourself, how much better can they play? Good decision-making, they made shots. That's very impressive, man.
And now the question is, can they maintain that razor-sharp level of focus? Hard to bet against them.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 8. They've got Jordan Poole. Chris Middleton is out there with Song. And it's Champagnie in at the 4. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Wizards. Here's Poole. Rebounded by Jackson. Grizzlies shooting about 42% so far. Morant got a hand on it.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sorry, using those long arms to knock that one away.
He gets it in there. Poole's got the lead up to 10 now for the Wizards.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Back to Morant. That's tipped.
We talked about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Pass to Champagnie. And here's Poole for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
This is how athletic Morant is. A point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. You look at Bane, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down. And, of course, Luke Kennard.
These guys are gunners. I mean, they've got the green light at all times because of their three-point shooting. I mean, they are cash money.
Well, they're not players who run hot and cold. It's just hot when they're behind the arc. And if any of them do suffer from a cold stretch, it never lasts long. Shoot yourself in, then shoot yourself out.
On the way, Bane. Six on the shot clock. He gets that one. Bane's got 9.
Striking fast inside. Bane isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got the lead back up to 10 now for Washington.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air they had under him? Wow.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Desmond Bane.
Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's around 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
But he attracts serious attention from the defense, and that really does open up the backside for a lot of his teammates to take full advantage.
All free throws good from Poole.
And if you watch Poole enough, you're really going to appreciate that he can get it done in so many ways on the offensive end.
Here's Wells. Off target with his three.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Poole. And the rejection by Morant.
Oh, bunny hops. Morant knows how to elevate and did there to get the block.
Clark with a wide open look. No good from outside. Poole against Jackson. And here's Poole on the assist by Zorn. Poole's got 10 points in the quarter.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Outside Jackson. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Can't hit from 12.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Wells. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Middleton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Poole with it. He's picked up by Morant. 16 feet away. Again, the miss by Poole. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. And 1:01 left to play in the third. Charity stripe shot. And again, Memphis no good. Wizards leading by 12. Here's Poole. Count that one. Poole's got 12 points here in the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Outside, Bane. Now here's Wells. Scoreless thus far.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That one good for 2. And the Wizards lead by 16.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Poole against Morant. Will it go? That one doesn't go. And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Washington Wizards. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Wizards leading by 16. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. We've got Desmond Bane. Wells is out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Edey. And it's Pippen in the corner. Smart's gone 2 of 3 from the field. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Pass to Wells. Good on the three-point shot. Wells has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
And here's George for 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And that's just really good situational awareness from Smart, realizing someone was open on that possession.
Pippen, the pass to Aldama. Outside, Bane. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. And you got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Pass to Brogdon. Outside, George. Three-pointer. Edey with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 16. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Free throw line jump shot. Bain, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pass to Coulibaly. Fires from deep. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon. Brogdon's got 3 assists tonight.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Outside, Bain. Poole against Morant. There's Jackson with the 3. And Sarr throws it down. Sarr's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Poole. And Bain pulls it down. The Grizzlies trail by 19. From the stripe. And Morant gets it to go on the assist by Bain. Morant's got 19 points.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
In a moment, I'll quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Washington.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the 3-ball. I mean, it's been falling for them, and they're locked in, and that outside shot going, that's a big difference maker.
Outside, Bain. Pass to Jackson. And the layup is good.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Poole up top. Guarded by Morant. Poole kicks to Middleton. Poole against Morant. And Poole gets it to go. And that's now 33 points for Jordan Poole.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Bain. Outside for Jackson. Fires for 3. And Sarr throws it down. Sarr's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Poole. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Poole's got 7 now in this quarter.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jordan Poole.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Outside Jackson. Outside Bain from past the arc. Rebounded by the Wizards.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 37.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Drills it from outside. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Here's Wells. And such a nice move to make the basket work. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Here's the teardrop. Wells grabs the miss. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Yeah, they're just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game.
Hi, folks. Glad to have you with us here. You're watching the East quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. We're excited to bring it to you with two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke, and one of these teams tonight will be moving on to the NBA Cup semifinals on the Eastern Conference side. The other will be out.
And we've been looking forward to this for a while. It's when we get to see how much fun this tournament is. It's do or die time, and there are no second chances in the NBA Cup.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Hunter in at the small forward position. Allen finds Hunter inside. From the left block. And Mobley gets it to go.
Inside Mobley is set up for success. His size and reach means the rim is right there for him.
Poole, the pass to Champagnie. Beyond the arc. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, he's really giving up size in that matchup. But on the perimeter, he can find the room he needs.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ryan Keefe and I were able to chat. We discussed how he wants his team to approach their matchup with Evan Mobley, and Coach said, we need to make him a jump shooter. Mobley is most effective around the rim. He's still developing his jump shot, and we need to take advantage of that. There should be a lot of resistance in the paint from his defense, BA.
Thanks for that, Allie. Well, you look at Evan Mobley, Doris, so agile for his size.
This is a young man, Brian, with so much upside. Defensively, he can guard on the perimeter, slides his feet, keeps his balance, contests without fouling, and he's growing every repetition on the offensive end. I can't wait to see his future.
And it's off the back of the rim, no good.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Hunter can't get it to go.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Champagnie, that's good. Champagnie's got 6.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Garland, the pass to Allen. Now Mobley. From behind the arc. They get it again. And Allen gets it to go.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
To the wing, right side. Here's Champagnie. Offline with a 3.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
It's stolen by Poole. Middleton attacking. The kick out to Poole. Takes the 3, and it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Well, we all know Poole considers himself a valuable three-point shooter. He will fire away indiscriminately.
Here's Hunter. It's rebounded by Washington, and they've been quite the story in the NBA this season, stringing together 22 wins in a row and looking for more.
Almost mind-boggling. that you could string together brilliant basketball over such a sustained period of time. Think about the focus that they have to bring nightly. Think about the commitment to grinding it out every single night, regardless of your opponent. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
So both teams making some changes here. And it's Poole with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They lead by 7. And Doris, who can forget the 2016 Cavs, the team that brought Cleveland their first NBA title.
And not just basketball. The city hadn't won a championship, BA, in any sport for over 50 years. And for LeBron, a homegrown talent, to do that with Kyrie, that is a team that will always have a special place in Northeast Ohio lore.
Strus with the bucket.
This guy is absolutely automatic. Strus's motion just so repetitive.
Poole against Strus. And there's Poole on the assist from Smart. Poole's got 11 points.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
And there's the screen. Here's Mitchell. It's rebounded by George. Wizards leading by 6. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Poole's shot is off. Cleveland has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Wade. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Yeah, Max Strus developing the ability to play make for teammates. That's an on-time, on-target pass.
To the paint. Here's Coulibaly, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. 14 feet away. He can't hit that time. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's Washington up 6. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Wizards?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Rashawn Holmes is out there with George. Then there's Marcus Smart. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Coulibaly in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Last year, we had the first ever NBA Cup, and the Pacers winning the first ever knockout round game.
Yeah, a bit of a shocker in the East. Tyrese Halliburton with a triple-double to carry Indiana over Boston. In the second quarter final, the Bucks blasted the Knicks behind 35 points from Giannis.
Cavaliers trail by 5. Drilled from 11 feet out.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Three-pointer is up. Middleton. And it's Tyson with a rebound. And Cleveland shooting efficiently. 50% so far. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
The ease with which the game comes to Evan Mobley. My goodness, it's fun watching this guy play above the rim.
Outside Coulibaly. Back to Middleton. Three-pointer. Drops in the 3. Middleton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This is as pure a shooter as
Timeout,
there is.
timeout.
You've got to stay connected, or it's a problem.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Gills checked in for Washington. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Hunter's checked in for Tyson. Mobley, he's open. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Mobley's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Okay, quick shooting from the big fella. Mobley knocking in the jumper.
Smart for 3. And again, it's Washington with a three.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Jerome on the wing. 9 points for him in his last game. Mobley outside. Pass to Hunter. 14 feet away. And he misses again. Now 0 for 3. Washington leading by 5. Smart outside. From the arc. And Smart nails the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
The Cavaliers have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Jerome passes to Okoro. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Bilal Coulibaly. Cleveland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Cleveland. Garland comes in for Jerome. Good on both.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Washington has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Smart for 3. Is rebounded by Okoro. The Cavaliers trail by 6. It's stolen by Smart. To the inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
I mean, the versatility of Middleton. Not just a scorer, also a solid passer and distributor.
Here's Mitchell. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Doris, back in January 2023, Donovan Mitchell became the 5th player to ever score 71 in a game.
Think about this, Brian. Just Wilt, Kobe, David Thompson, and David Robinson had done it before Donovan Mitchell. Incredible company he keeps.
3-ball! Donovan Mitchell!
Well, we know Mitchell can hurt you from outside the arc. The defense better recognize this moving forward.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. A different look for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Mobley. And it's Strus in for Okoro. Here's Poole. Poole floating in for the slam. He's electric.
So if I'm the defense, I'm thinking Jordan Poole is on a roll, and I need to turn off the water.
Outside Mitchell. Pass to Thompson. Here's Strus for 3. Rebounded by Champagnie. 1:10 left to play in the first half. Poole. Can't nail the jumper. Cavaliers trail by 5. Outside Strus. Pass to Thompson. Out to Garland. 4-3. Rebounded by Champagnie. Wizards leading by 5. Poole exploding to the rim. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Mitchell's shot is good.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
For Washington, they've gone 6 of 11 here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Garland.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Smart for 3. Connects from downtown. Smart's got 9 points in the quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Garland, the pass to Mobley. Up in time. And that's not going to go. And so it's Washington closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be back in a moment.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East.
You look at Cleveland. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Cavaliers.
They've been shot out of the gym. Even when they do extend their defense, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the remedy is.
I got 3 words for you. Elbow sandwich.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. Just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Cavaliers trail by 7. On the court for the Cavaliers, Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Hunter in at small forward. Mobley, a screen on Poole. To the middle. And Mobley throws it down.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Here's Garland. Soft touch off the glass. Garland's got 6 points.
Well, the toughness of Darius Garland on display. Wants to finish through contact and get the bucket.
Poole, the pass to Sarr. Here's Champagnie. Poole up top. Allen defending. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
And both free throws good for Poole.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Pass to Allen. Mobley outside. Hunter against Middleton. Here's Champagnie. From outside the arc. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Middleton's got 3 assists tonight. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Garland. Great look there, but off target.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Here's Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole!
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Outside Mitchell. Back to Garland, looking to end the run. He can't get that one to fall.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Poole from long range. Oh, using that sweet stroke. Poole connects from deep.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive
efficiency.
Shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. George, he's checked in for Champagnie. And the power rankings look more concrete every day. Plenty of games behind us here in December. You look at the Cavaliers, no movement for them, maintaining their top 10 spot.
You know, right now for the Wizards, they've been giving their all in every game, eager to show those who doubted them that they're capable of being the top team.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Right side Mitchell. Garland for three. Washington with a rebound.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Pass to Carrington. Over Mitchell. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. And the Wizards lead by 17.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Well, just quick with the decision-making, smart pass by Darius Garland.
And here's Washington. They're on a 14-5 run. Poole. And he makes it. Poole's got 26 points.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Now here's Mitchell. Tight defense on him. It's stolen by Poole. George with it. Now guarded by Mobley. George passes to Poole. Puts up a three. Carrington no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Mitchell. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
We know this about Donovan Mitchell. This guy shows no fear even inside. Draws the foul there.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. That free throw is good from Mitchell. Strus, he's checked in for Cleveland. He's off on the second. Washington leading by 15. Poole right side. Middleton from the outside. He buries it from three. Middleton's got 6.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Outside Strus. Fires the three. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 3 assists now in this one. Poole against Garland. And that one's good. Poole. Poole's got 13 points in this quarter.
But Jordan Poole understands angles and English, the ability to twist a ball through the rim if need be.
Garland for 3. Rebound by Middleton.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
We learned early in his career that Jordan Poole is fearless. It is how he gets defenses to compromise.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. And the first one at the line is good. A different look for Cleveland. Okoro is checked in for Allen. Merrill comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And Jerome subbed in for Darius Garland. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Holmes, good.
Yeah, what a dish from Bay. Kept his eyes up the floor and found an open teammate.
Here's Jerome, defended by Smart. Jerome, that's good. Jerome's gotten his second bucket.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Poole from long range. Mobley grabs the board. It could go. Unable to get that one. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for Washington. Absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Sadiq Bey out there with Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Coulibaly in at the 2. That's the group for Washington right now.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And it's good. 2 points.
Well, if you're a...
Garland against Smart. Off target with the 3. The Cavaliers trail by 19. Garland, the pass to Okoro. He can't get it to go. Good D by Middleton. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face him. That'll conclude their longest homestand of the season. 5 games.
And such a gritty player. I like how Bey pays the D no mind on the way up.
Strus with a screen on Smart. Garland for 3. It's rebounded by Washington. Smart outside. Here's Coulibaly. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He is not messing around. Calling them into the huddle. And Washington making a change here. Brogdon's checked in. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Mitchell against Brogdon. Here's Mitchell. Ooh, some solid defense from Brogdon. Smart against Hunter. Here's Coulibaly. And the Wizards with another 3.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Mobley outside. Pass to Mitchell. Allen with a screen on Brogdon. Down low. To end the run. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Well, Jared Allen has length and athleticism, and that's an easy opportunity. Wow.
Over to the wing. 3-pointer is up from Brogdon. The rebound by Garland. The Cavs have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Oh, got that one up quick.
This is a move that Donovan Mitchell has made over and over again. Off the bounce, so tough.
Brogdon against Mitchell. Brogdon, the pass to Smart. This one for 3. Sinks the tray. Smart has got 6 in the quarter.
They're really employing a deep-range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Washington's gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. Brogdon, the pass to Holmes. Back to Brogdon. Smart looking around. 3-pointer. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon.
Well, Marcus Smart has come so far as a 3-point shooter. This guy very capable from distance.
Pass to Mitchell. 1:25 left to play in the fourth. It's rebounded by Washington.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Wizards.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And with this one safely in the books, it'll mark their 23rd win of the year.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jordan Poole.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Allen on the wing. Outside Garland. Another shot. Ooh, some solid defense from Brogdon. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Hart with a bucket.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Outside Garland. So we see the Wizards taking the W here, showing the rest of the Eastern Conference what kind of team they're going to be this year.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do in the semifinals. The NBA Cup has a way of humbling teams.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jordan Poole.
Thanks for watching. Be back in a few. Coming back now.
It's warming up. Beautiful afternoon on the Strip. Nothing like Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi and good evening, everyone. We've got an NBA Cup semifinal for you tonight in the East. And thinking back to last year's East semifinals, it was the first ever semi in NBA Cup history.
Indiana downing Milwaukee 128-119 in Las Vegas. And Tyrese Halliburton went off. Had 15 assists in that one, and it was kind of a coming out party for the young Pacers team.
So a look at our
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Brian Keefe. David.
We talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson, and you told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, a big story this summer was Jalen Brunson signing a team-friendly extension, leaving an unprecedented amount of money on the table, but providing the Knicks with the opportunity to lock in this tight-knit core and contend in the East at the highest levels for years to come.
Wow, a team to be reckoned with. Shams, thank you very much for the report. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. So we'll see Jordan Poole go to the line here. That's on Jalen Brunson. The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the game right now. That's good from Poole.
And if you watch Poole enough, you're really going to appreciate that he can get it done in so many ways on the offensive end. This kind of winning streak is special. It's really been interesting to just how many ways they are taking advantage of.
Got 7 points in the game.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.